Welcome back to the channel. This week I'm just going to be stuffing around on some brackets, a bit of blasting, a bit more painting, and yeah, just keeping on my old man's bike. For these headlight brackets, I didn't end up making any new ones. All I did was I found a piece of pipe the same size as the fork tube covers I got. Set it on there and basically just give it a wallop with a hammer in a few spots until it conformed to that pipe perfectly. And did the same thing with the rear bracket as well. Just give it a hit and then thread that piece in the vise and just change the angle of it a bit. Yeah, now sits quite well on the fork tubes. Yeah, once I pour that in there, I'll give them a blast and another paint because of the damage I did, and the paint finish isn't the best anyway, so quickly blast that and give it a liquid coat of paint as well. Give the underside of them a paint. Once they dry off, I'll flip it all and do the other side, and yeah, that'll be good to go. I'll be able to put that headlight bucket on. So yeah, I realised when I went to start putting this back together that there was still a few chrome rings and stuff on the tail lights, so, and the headlight. I've just given all that a quick blast, and the bolts and that, and my little blaster. Again, nothing expensive, it's a cheap Tool Pro one from Super Cheap Auto. The lights that come in are absolutely shit, so I just use this bloody cheap portable light. Again, Tool Pro one, sits there quite good, and it's got 3 settings and it really lights it up inside there. During the blasting you would have probably seen that I was blocking the nozzle a few times when it was running. The reason for that is the pickup gets a little bit of blocked stuff. If you block the nozzle, it forces air back down through the pickup tube and it'll clear it. So it saves you pulling the nozzle out and clearing the blockage. And yeah, I've just modified this to go to my vacuum to try and keep the dust out, and works quite well. But anyway, I've given this chrome a bit of a key, so at least some black paint will stick to it all. So I'll get that done now as well. And in typical Cole fashion, I was working away, making sure everything was all buttoned up and getting ready to put all the tins on, and then just going through my parts. And yeah, I found the oil filter still in the box on the bench, and of course, it goes there, and the exhaust pipe was fucking covering it, so had to basically fucking pull the exhaust back off and yeah, get this filter in and then start again. But it's probably a good thing I did, because a couple of these studs, when I try to do them up, are a bit fucked. So I'm just going to pull the studs out, order another stud kit, and yeah, replace the studs just to be on the safe side, because some of these are a little bit fucking stripped out. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, but they're definitely not looking the fucking best. It's probably why there was 3 different size fucking nuts on them. Yeah, anyway. Feels like 1 step forward and fucking 2 steps backwards on this thing. But I'm slowly getting there. Yeah, I've painted these surrounds, the rear tail light surround, and other front surround as well. Didn't worry about doing the insides of them, but chrome's still alright, so a little bit of overcoat in it won't hurt anyone, but at least it'll look a hell of a lot better once it goes in that light surround all being black, and getting rid of all the chrome I possibly can. Keep on with this fucking annoying thing. Not sure if you've all seen these, but not 100% sure what the style of wrench is called, but damn, they're a handy thing when you got to get like studs and whatnot out. Basically, the more force you apply to it, the harder it grips, and you can basically just go backwards, and it releases, gets another grip. They're a bloody handy tool. If anyone ever wondering how to like what tool to use for this sort of job, saves using vice grips and having to undo and redo. But it's definitely easier with a second hand, because you can throw a bit of force on that bottom tooth so it bites in. But yeah, I'll get these studs out. And for the studs, I can easily get to with a ratchet. I just basically double nut them to lock them up, because it's easier than using that other tool, as you can see. And then just undo the nuts and you're good to go. So I ended up making a stopper for the center stand. Nothing spectacular, just was out a piece of this Galv shed truss, I think it was from. Obviously I cut it off on an angle and then use the side to bash that lower piece into shape. Yeah, and to bash it into shape, I basically just grabbed 2 pieces of steel, sandwiched this part, and then bent it past a 90, so I had a little bit of a kick down, and then yeah, got a piece of pipe, threw that in the bench, and then basically just bash that into submission. And gonna pick up the behind the foot peg, so it basically sits there like so, and then the exhaust bracket hangs in front of that. So I was trying to minimise having like extra beams hanging down or whatnot, because yeah, it takes away the flow of the bike, I reckon. So, but that'll work quite well once it's bolted up. I did trial it before I painted it, so yeah, it seems to work, and it keeps the stand off the chain. So yeah, I reckon that'll work. And that's it, basically bolted in place. Clears the tyre enough, I believe. I may need to trim it down a little bit or bend it a little bit to keep it away from the tyre a bit more, but yeah, I'll have a look once we're riding. But yeah, it doesn't seem to get too close, so simple enough solution, and yeah, basically can't see it because of that exhaust hanger anyway. So one more job off the list. Got all the headlight assembly back together after giving the chrome surrounds the paint. Get them on the bike as well in a second. Got the headlight on with the headlight brackets. I think I've all this wiring there, I think that's supposed to be jammed up inside that headlight, but yeah, I'll tinker with that afterwards, and if that's the case, I'll get it on. Under putting together these fucking rear tail light. Rear light assembly and rear guards back on it. Just got to find these screws and get them put in. And then, yeah, keep carrying on with putting on the rest of the panels on the seat. The seat's a little bit fucking shit, so Z1 spares down in Tassie do have seat covers, replacement ones, so I'll contact them and make sure they fit that standard seat, and if they do, I think I might just grab a new one so it looks a little bit fresher. But yeah, she's starting to look a little bit better. Now she's getting back together. Yeah, blacked out theme doesn't look too bad in my opinion. My dad come around and had a look earlier, and yeah, he's liking the look of it as well, so yeah. Keep on progressing. Another thing I've done, try to make it look a little bit better, is give this seat a coat of vinyl and fabric paint from Duplicolor. Again, fairly cheap option. Just trying to make it look a little bit better. So I give the seat a good clean and a wax and grease remover as well. Try and get any contaminants off it. And yeah, give it a good 2 coats. And yeah, we'll see what it comes up like. Obviously, we may end up recovering it or replacing it. Haven't 100% decided yet, but yeah, this should make it look a little bit better for the time being. But yeah, bizarrely, it's I don't know if the fabric's soaking it up, but after a good 2 coats, it looks dry in some spots and wet in others. So yeah, I'll give it another coat and see how it comes out. I end up giving the seat a bit of a warm up with a cheap heat gun, and also heated up the can a fair bit, just till it was a little bit warm to touch, and the seat was a little bit warm to touch as well. It's currently 15 degrees in my shed, so I think maybe the cold weather was doing something weird to that paint. But third coat on it now, it's definitely looking a bit better. Hopefully it stays that way and doesn't get those dry looking patches again. But looks a little bit better for the time being until we decide what we're going to do with the seat. Yeah, and as I mentioned, she's relatively chilly in here this morning. It's only 14 degrees by the look of that. So I may have to turn my heaters on and warm her up a little bit if I'm going to do any more painting. So I think that's half my problem with this clear at the minute. With a couple of coats of that Duplicolor vinyl and fabric paint over that seat, she has come up not too bad. Even though there's a couple of holes in the material, it's going to be hidden fairly well now, I think, with all the gloss black. So that'll do it until we get a replacement or new upholstery for it. But not looking too bad. That's where I'm going to leave this video. All the tins are on. Seat's been coated with that vinyl fabric paint, which makes it look a little bit better. I still got to give the tank its final polish. All I did was cut on it just to get it done, but yeah, she's definitely looking a lot better now. Almost full bike again. I'm just waiting for a few parts from that Z1 spares down in Tasmania. Hopefully they'll be here by the time I get back next break and be able to put that exhaust back on, throw some new plugs in it, get some oil in her, and hopefully, with any luck, fire her up. Yeah, I think she's looking not too bad at all, if you ask me. But I wish those filters were black. But anyway, I suppose a little tiny bit of chrome on it won't matter because it matches the front forks and the handle grips, I suppose, and the forks. But yeah. Anyway, that's where I'm going to leave you guys. Hopefully you got something out of it. Yeah, I know there's a little bit all over the shop, but anyway. Cheers, and till next one. Catch you.